Well, how does he respond? Let me read what he says. Verse 10. "The Lord bless you, my daughter," he replied. "This kindness is greater than that which you showed earlier. You have not run after younger men." Okay, let's talk about this. First of all, this kindness, let's highlight that. Boaz refers to Ruth's proposal of marriage as a kindness. And he says, this kindness is greater than the other one you showed. And what's the other one? The other one he's referring to is when Ruth accompanied Naomi, leaving her homeland, Moab, all her family, all her friends, and demonstrating devotion to her mother-in-law and her mother-in-law's God. That was the first compliment that Boaz gave to Ruth. He says, "Man, are you good to your mother-in-law?" But now he says, that kindness was great. This kindness is even better. I can't believe you just proposed to me. Now, we're a little surprised by that because you may have been inclined, like I was, to think that the kindness is really Boaz being willing to marry the poor widow Ruth. And Boaz is like, no, the kindness is Ruth being willing to marry me. And part of why he feels that way is evident here. He says, you've not run after younger men. Apparently, here we find out that Boaz was older and Ruth was younger. That's probably why he never verbalized his affection or proposed marriage himself. That was probably his insecurity. She could do better. She is so beautiful and so young, and she has guys falling over her, and I'm, I had my first colonoscopy already. I'm part of that group. And Boaz is saying, you could do better. Sometimes I will say, if you ask me, I'll say, I married way up, right? And if you ever are asked, did you marry up or down? The correct answer is up. All right, you're in big trouble. And what we're getting at is, did you outkick your coverage? Or sometimes said, did you, get somebody you had no business winning over? And that's what Boaz is saying. It's a beautiful thing. He's saying, Ruth, I got no business dreaming to be married to someone like you. You are so godly. You are so noble of character. And you are so beautiful. I just never saw it as a possibility. What an incredible kindness you have extended in this moment. One other thing he said, and I want to highlight it here. The Lord bless you. This is really important. Boaz, this godly guy, announces God's blessing on Ruth for her marriage proposal. That's important because some of you, maybe me, may have been tempted to say, I don't know about what Ruth just did there. That was not a very godly thing, putting on the perfume, looking all hot, sneaking up in the darkness, proposing marriage. How forward. No respectable young lady would ever act like that. Or maybe you take the spiritual turn and you say, no, a godly woman would just passively wait decade after decade until the guy gets up the courage to make the ask. And Boaz says, no, don't say Ruth is ungodly. Don't think Ruth lacks faith. She demonstrated faith by boldly initiating where I lack the guts to do so. May the Lord bless you for what you have done.